Alright, here we are once again, Tacticians. How is it going? Merry Christmas Eve to all you kiddies out there. Hopefully you're all having a wonderful time. Hopefully you're all been good and you haven't been naughty. You know what I'm talking about. Getting on Santa's naughty list. We all know what I'm talking about. Now, let's talk about Mudsdale, shall we? Mudsdale is a very tanky Pokemon. It's a very tanky Pokemon in, you know, Sword and Shield. It was the same in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, Sun and Moon, etc. And it's still tanky in Sword and Shield. It still has access to that really nifty ability, Stamina. Gives it the ability to gain defensive stats, increase its defenses every time it gets hit by any kind of attack. Really tanky, has really good offensive power, really good defensive power, and if you give your Mudsdale just enough defensive investment, you know, invest into that special defense, you can make Mudsdale literally the ultimate tank for your team. You can put it into any roster to have it as your slow, you know, lumbering tank that walks into the field and takes whatever hits you need it to. Really good to have on your team. Now, as far as moves and stats go, let's look at the stats here. Like I said, it has access to the unique ability Stamina, which every time it gets hit, it increases the defense stat by 1 stage. It also has access to Own Tempo, which means it will not get confused, so you can run Swagger shenanigans if you want to actually run a more offensive Mudsdale. You have access to that. You can safely run Swagger against it, and it will not get confused. So there's that. Let's see, Inner Focus. I believe Inner Focus. Let's see, Inner Focus. Yeah, protects this Pokemon from flinching. You know, it's not the best hidden ability to have for Mudsdale. It actually would be much better off with one of its other 2 normal abilities. But hey, if you want to run an Inner Focus Mudsdale, you know, I'm not gonna, nobody's gonna judge you. We all have our preferences. Now onto the stats. Like I said, onto the stats. It has access to a 100 base power for, you know, not hidden points, health points, making it a very healthy Pokemon. Has a lot of stamina. Get it? A lot of stamina. 125 in the attack, nothing to scoff at. That is a very nice attack stat for any Pokemon to have. There are a lot of physical attackers who would trade anything to have that attack stat. As for the defense stat, you know, base 100, nothing to scoff at. Like I said, nothing to scoff at, especially with the combined with the stamina ability. That defense stat will quickly spiral out of control, especially if it gets hit by multiple attacks in the same turn. So, like, say if your opponent is running like a, let's see, like a Cinccino with the skill link, etc. I believe that's what it's called, in which it hits 5 times in a row. That defense stat will quickly spiral out of control. As for the special defense stat, that is the last of the good stats Mudsdale gets access to. A real, you know, it's a pretty average, you know, special defense stat of 85, but special defense stat is one of the things we're going to be looking at later and figuring out how to improve it. Speed and special attack are 55 and 35 respectively. You know, not something great, not something to write home about, but this makes Mudsdale a very good Trick Room Pokemon. Like, if you want to run this thing into a Trick Room, this is a very good Pokemon to have on your side. Real big, real tough, real strong. Nothing to scoff at. Now, as for moves, it has access to quite a few moves that you can make use of. First of all, the High Horsepower. One of the strongest earth or ground type moves, you know, that hits single target, that does not deal damage to your own team. So High Horsepower is a real good move to have for your side of the field. You know, you have a slim chance to miss, but you also have a real strong hit. So you'll be hitting most of the time with High Horsepower. But the one time you do miss, you're going to be thinking, oh, this, ouch, that hurts. That really hurts. Heavy Slam, a real good steel type move. Real good steel type anti-fairy, ice type coverage right there, as well as anti-rock. So real good move there. Reason why Heavy Slam is really good on Mudsdale, it's a very heavy Pokemon. Like, if we go up here, it weighs over 2,000 pounds. Or 920 kilograms for those of you who don't want to listen to pounds. That thing, this Mudsdale is a very heavy Pokemon. Heavy Slam is going to hit for maximum damage because of that. Unless you're fighting off against Pokemon like, say, Snorlax. Unless you're fighting really heavy Pokemon, Heavy Slam is going to be dealing so much damage to your opponent. So it's a real good move to have on it. But if you don't want Heavy Slam, if you don't want to take that risk, there are other steel moves you can run. Now, Superpower is a real good, physical attacking move. If you want to run that, there ain't nothing wrong with that. But there's going to be another move later on down the line that, we do have access to in terms of TRs. Mega Kick, it's Mega Kick. I don't know why you'd want to run Mega Kick, but hey, it's there if you want it. And it obviously gets access to Bulldoze. It gets access to Iron Defense. Not exactly something you want. Has Muds. Reason why, because if you're running Stamina, you don't need the extra defensive boost. You're going to be getting them naturally. Has access to Stomping Power, so if you're running it into a Trick Room, you can use the flinching shenanigans if you want to. Though, like I said, later on, I'll show you other moves, example, to etc, etc, etc. You get what I'm talking about. Rock Slide. Good anti-Charizard move right there. Everyone loves a good Rock Slide, especially in a Trick Room setting. Run it. There you go. Alright, what else you got here? You got Rock Tomb, so another anti-Charizard move, but also good speed controlling move. So if you want to run that for Mudsdale to just help you get a little bit of extra speed over your opponent, there's a good move there. Bulldoze, if you're running a telepathy Pokemon or you're running flying type moves, if you're running one of those two combinations, you can run Bulldoze as well as Earthquake. Those are both really good ground type moves you can run if you want. Stomping Tantrum, you don't really need Stomping Tantrum, like I said, because we have access to high horsepower, so no need for the Stomping Tantrum. As for TRs, it doesn't gain access to, very impressive moves. It doesn't gain access to a lot of things that it doesn't either learn naturally or it just has a straight up upgrade of, like I said, naturally or by TM. So Close Combat here is a decent enough move if you want a really powerful physical attacking fighting type move, but you don't want to lose any of your physical attacking stats like Superpower. Close Combat is your secondary option. You're gonna sacrifice your special defense and your physical defense, but at least if you're running the Stamina Mudsdale, like I said, if you're running Stamina Mudsdale up here, you'll get physical defensive stats naturally just by being hit by your opponent, so that's okay to run. You also get access to Iron Head. Like I said, this is your Steel type anti-fairy, rock and ice coverage. This is your secondary option if you don't want to run the Heavy Slam. You don't want to risk fighting Snorlaxes with like say Heavy Slam, because it's not going to do as much damage against them. This is your secondary option right here. Body Press. This is another move you can run. Since Mudsdale is a very defensive Pokemon, since it has a really high defense stat, and every time it gets us like an extra stage in its defense stat because of Stamina, it's gonna increase that defense stat, and Body Press will get stronger because of it. The higher your defensive stat is, the more power Body Press is gonna do. Now, as far as Egg Move goes, you don't get access to a lot, sadly, in Sword and Shield. You don't get access to other moves like it learned in Generation 7, etc. The only good one you get access to is maybe Double Edge. But if you're going for real high damage, you've got other options that can do way more effectiveness that don't, kill you at the same time. Fissure, you can run Fissure if you want to, go big or go home with a Mudsdale. It's a one-hit K move, so good luck with that. Roar, I mean, it's there. It's Roar. You can do that. And Smackdown, I don't know why you'd want to run a Smackdown on this thing. I think you have way better options than Smackdown. Like I said, you have Rock Slide there. You also have access to Rock Tomb. So you don't really need Smackdown. You've got better options than that. So those are your egg moves. So if you want to look at those egg moves, go right ahead, go nuts. It's your Mudsdale, not mine. Now, speaking of what I said earlier, like I said, Mudsdale is very, very tanky. As you can see here, I've set up this like little damage calculator here just to demonstrate how tanky Mudsdale is. As you can see here, I've set up an Inteleon with a modest nature with the choice specs ability or item and the ability torrent. So it's just your average Inteleon, giving it the modest nature, giving it maximum special attacking power, and I've thrown it against a Mudsdale with a sassy nature and the assault vest with full special defense investment. Look at that. This Mudsdale is 100% guaranteeing survival against the Inteleon here. At full health, Mudsdale isn't going to be, coming out of this, with a lot of health, but it's going to at least be able to stay in the fight. It's going to at least get a return attack off on this Inteleon. And if you're running it in a double battles, well, guess what? That Inteleon is going down because it ain't taking down your Mudsdale in one turn. You're going to at least get a return shot against this Inteleon. Now, you're not going to get the KO off with Mudsdale, but you're going to at least be able to survive with your Mudsdale. So this again shows you just how powerful, just how strong Mudsdale can be if you were to give it just a little bit of love. If you give Mudsdale the chance, Mudsdale is going to be a Pokemon that you can bring into any fight, that you can throw on any team, that you can rely on for any kind of battle. You can throw it against so many options, give it the right nature, give it the right EVs in just the right places, and Mudsdale will be your ultimate tank. It will be there to give you any advantage you need it to. Now, obviously, my Mudsdale is not a sassy nature, it's an adamant nature. Tabitha here is really strong, but, she can still hang with the best. She can still hang with a lot of other people's Pokemon. Now, I'll see you all in the next video. I hope you use Mudsdale for your teams. Until next time, I am Tactical Knowledge of Tactical Knowledge. I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye!